Kristen Welker is the moderator of Meet the Press. Kristen, good morning. You had about a 30-minute interview with President Trump yesterday, talking mostly about this war in Iran, amid reports over the weekend from the Wall Street Journal and others that he had been warned the closing of the Strait of Hormuz might be a consequence of launching war against Iran. He went forward anyway. What did you get from him on the state of play right now and where we might go from here?
Well, on the Strait of Hormuz, Willie, President Trump making it very clear that his focus right now is trying to enlist other countries to help secure the strait. Now, look, I pressed him, which countries, and do you have any guarantees? He wouldn't give me specifics, but in a social media post, he did cite China, Japan, UK, France, South Korea, but again, not getting specific about which, if any, countries had actually agreed to help the United States secure the Strait of Hormuz. On the war overall, I asked him about the status. He said he believes Iran has been militarily defeated. Willie, he went on to say it's been total obliteration of that country. Notably, he said that Iran wants to make a deal, but he said, I don't want to make it because the terms aren't good enough yet. So expect a lot of focus there. And of course, Willie, I asked him about the number one issue on voters' minds, the economy, gas prices, the fact that they have surged since this war began. President Trump says he's confident they will fall precipitously once the war is over. So when is that going to happen? I tried to really press him on the timeline. He told me he expects it to come to an end very soon. Without getting specific, he reiterated that he believes the United States is about 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Willie?
We're going to have more on that connection between the Strait of Hormuz and gas prices here in the U.S. a little bit later in the show. Kristen, thanks so much. We'll look forward to much more this morning on Meet the Press when Kristen is joined by Energy Secretary Chris Wright on that question of gas prices, plus Democratic Senator Adam Schiff of California and New York Times columnist Thomas Friedman.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.